Hello everybody, Anu,
Y yo soy Pablo, solamente Pablo.
and we are just saying, you know what? Let's give you an update, guys. We will give you an update on the schools. Well, the school search that we're going on. That's going on for our kids. If you guys are aware, are following us, you know there's a lot of drama. Bella Fisile. If you guys have been following our story, you'll know that when it comes to school for our kids, there's been a lot of drama in our kids' school. The one that happened. If you haven't seen it, maybe you can go see the link. Yeah, the drama that happened and how we went to the school. We said this is not unacceptable, and the drama became worse, and it was just crazy. Ay,
So they've had their experience in a local school,
yeah.
and they've learned a lot, I think. But it's time, I think, for them to go somewhere a little bit better, maybe. And now that we've been learning kind of the ropes and learning the area,
Yeah.
we've been starting to kind of get to know people and get to know kind of how things work. And so we decided to do a tour of the other schools in the area.
Yes. So guys, we went from the best, like the ultimate international best one they have around here, to their competitions. So we saw it all. We saw about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, we did. And I mean,
Yeah.
the reason why we had the local school was because we wanted something very close to
Very
home.
close,
And it was right up the hill from us. So it was really nice to have them there. But now it's time to bring them somewhere.
Yeah, and other reasons other than just the drama happening. Yeah, we know the importance of them to be to make friends, social interaction with other kids their age, and just learn those social things, right? Right, you know, and they've learned a lot. They've learned even they're learning Luganda at school. Yeah, but yeah, we're thinking it is time. So if you guys were wondering about this school, why we're changing and all that. Anyways, so the plan is that for them to have a very nice, secure place where they can grow and learn for like a term or two. Now, if you guys are following our story, you know that we have land issues. Our cases are currently in court, and we have a hearing actually coming up, is it this coming month or the next following month, where we can finish this case and hopefully we get our refund back and we can find a land where we can thrive and grow. You know? And the plan is to, when we get there, is to have a place where we can have our kids learn. We would teach them.
So yeah, right now we are still landless. It's been a year, over a year, and we're still landless. The plan had been that we are able to set up our homestead wherever, even if it's very rural, and be able to maybe build our own little school-ish for our family and maybe whoever else,
Right.
to sort of homeschool, maybe even hire
Teach
someone
them.
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that way we can, make sure that we know what they're learning. We can teach them ourselves as well, that sort of a thing. That was kind of the goal, but we haven't been there. So in the meantime, we're like, okay, well, get them in the community, get them, learning more Luganda, getting aware of how systems like this work, give them a sense of, the culture and
Yeah,
everything.
make friends and all that, you know, or that sense of socialness or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And our hopes for the courts case and everything is that hopefully within maybe 6 months or so, we'll have all of that finalized and maybe even, ideally have enough to be able to do that, to buy land and to and all of that. But in the meantime, we're still waiting. And if you know, we made a film, so we're still working on distributing that.
Yeah,
that's
so
a
that's
bit of
in the
work.
work. Yeah. So hopefully when we distribute it, we have some income back, so that we can
Do more. Yeah.
Right. We hope to do more films in the future. So
Yeah,
we have
and
some
so-
ideas already, but yeah.
Right. And to preempt those who are like, oh, you have to send your children to the international school because of course you have the money for that.
Oh, no.
No.
We do
So
not.
you need to know, as we tell people around here all the time, like, Teturi Bazungu. Teturi Bazungu. Like, we are not Muzungu. We are an immigrant family. This is reminding all of you as well. We're an immigrant family.
Yeah.
We are not, we don't have funding. We don't have, family and stuff sending us all this
Money and
support.
no.
We don't have that sort of thing. This is
Yeah.
just us. So yeah, we are still waiting for things to come through with our investments, in the film and all that kind of stuff. So we are not millionaires
No, no, no. We're
or
no.
billionaires or whatever it is in shillings. But yeah, you get the idea.
So we are surviving. No, no, we're not surviving. We're making
We're
do.
making do. We're making it
We're
work.
making do. We're
Yeah.
making it work, but it's not like we're.
It's not like we are up there. We are posh. We are whatever.
So, anyways, without further ado, let's show you guys the schools that we taught and decisions that we made. So the first school that we went is, like I said, the big and the best, or what do you call it, the international school, the one here in our small town.
The one that they're like that everyone says, "Oh, your kids go to this school, right?"
And we're like, wait, what?
No. They're like, they must, right? Because you're international, so this international school, you must be going there, right? But yeah, you take a look at it.
Oh yes, I told.
How was it?
I did video, as in, I mean,
I haven't even seen it.
you haven't. Oh, this
I'm just the driver.
right. It's the American standard, like the kindergarten. They have all this room, the toys. They have this big area where they eat their lunch. Their lunch room is big, and they have sink. They
American
have
style.
yeah, like your typical American style school. That's why they call it international school. The compound is huge. They separated the nursery from the primary, the small kids versus the big kids on their playground, so they can be safe. And there are 2 teachers in each class of the nursery. Anyways, it's high up there, and the security is tight. It's awesome. So I toured that one.
It's also very, very posh.
Oh, a lot.
Very posh.
Oh yeah. It's like
And expensive.
speaking of, it's on high on there. This is the assembly.
Yeah.
I see. This is nice. So even the baby class, so everybody will come here.
Yes, they come here.
Okay. Okay. So the classes will be there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
So this is their library.
Oh, okay.
These are the classes. This is red, orange.
The colors. So, and then we went to another one. I also toured this other one. Oh, Bella.
Gracias.
It's like a Catholic one. So basically, the school around here are either they're not really much secular.
Yeah.
It's either leaning towards the one of the Christianity religion or leaning towards
Right.
Muslim.
Because here,
religion.
like the public school is supposed to be secular usually, but it's usually not good at all. The funding is just not there.
Right,
It's usually just an empty building where a teacher comes every once in a while, kind of like
Yeah.
that, especially in villages. In the town, it's a bit better, but I'm not so familiar with it. But I think they give them basic, I think they give them basic skills and whatnot. We didn't tour the public. We didn't have time for that.
Right.
But we were looking at the private ones because they're supposed to have a bit more. But again, the ones that everyone's like, these are good schools, all the private schools are religious basically. There's not
They
a single one that is not religious.
Yeah.
So they're either one way or the other.
Very leaning towards this or that. So
And they have to define themselves as that.
when I'm talking about the high school or the school I went to when I was growing up in Nigeria, even though it's like saying it's Anglican secondary or secondary school, I would say it's mostly circular because there are Christian kids, Muslim kids. We all got along. It wasn't that religious. On assembly, they might say, "Oh, let's just close your eyes and pray, amen." Barely simple prayer. Then they go about, okay, today we are talking, we will do our school work and what,
But the focus is the learning. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The focus is the learning. There's not much of pray on which one end to the other. So I was hoping we would find something similar to that, where you can just learn a lot of things. And
In a safe environment.
yeah. So we went. The next one I went to was a Catholic one. I didn't even know it was Catholic. I thought this name sounded like it's a Muslim. It turned out it's a Catholic one. So it's to see the similarity. Anyways, so I went there, see they're doing some reconstruction, and the playground is just shoved on that side, and it was looking a little
Just very busy.
busy,
Very
and
busy.
I think it's in the middle of the town. Anyway, there's not enough space. It's just
Kind of jammed in there.
looking a lot chaotic.
Yeah.
And also I had specificity on on our kids because of our lifestyle. Like we will bring food from home for them, and what time are they gonna leave school or arrive, and all of these things. This school was saying they have to leave at 4 p.m. I'm like, even little children, like
Ah,
their ages are like 4, 5, 6. You're telling me they have to stay from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. What are they learning about the whole science of the world or what?
because currently for the lower classes, they at least at the school they're at now, they come home for lunch. So they end
Right.
school at like 1
1
p.m.
o'clock.
They come back and eat lunch, and it's a lot better for them. They can take a nap if they need,
Uh-huh.
cool down, calm down. Yeah.
Yeah, so if a child is staying there all the way and they have to repeat this 7 days or 5 days out of the week, they will be exhausted. That's not
Too much.
so. It was a little turn off where they are very strict on the. They said
Yeah.
I can't come and pick my children at 1 o'clock. They say they have to stay there till 4 p.m. I'm like, well, I'm not doing that, so
Yeah.
that's that. And then you went to
Because
another one.
you have this, you have a list of things that you want in a school. And what are those things?
Oh, one of those is that we will bring them food. Do not feed them at school because of the type of foods we
Right.
eat. They don't eat those foods at their school. And they were like, ah. At first they were like, no, 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 we have to feed them at school. I'm like, no, you're not. We give them food from home. It's very strict, rigid.
Yeah.
And then eventually
Used to
they say,
people
okay,
doing what they say.
bring porridge in a container, in a flask, and we'll feed them with the rest of the kids. I'm like, okay.
Crazy. If you're paying that much money, you should have the flexibility.
Yeah, like they want the food included. You have to pay extra for the food. And all of the schools are saying, bring 4 kilograms of sugar. I'm like, I'm not
Some
doing
of them
that.
5.
It's
It's like, well, you want to put
no,
5
it's 3 or
kilos in this
4.
little
3 or
child.
4. For
Ish.
one term, which is 3 months. Imagine that, going to one child in 3 months.
It's insane.
So we're like, no, we don't do sugar. That's just awful. Anyways, so I left the school.
Oh, we're about to pick up this beauty.
I got the information. I left the school, and I was like, oof, that's a little
But
sad.
you also want to make sure there's not like air pollution, because that was an issue in the school that they're at now.
That's
Is
true, that's
just there's fires around, cooking fires,
Cooking, and the
sometimes
smoke
it
just go into
swirls
their
into the
class.
classroom, and it's not good for their health at all. So
That's true.
so there was that,
And we
of
look
course
in the
safety,
environment, make sure the fire didn't. There's no smoke going to their
or
classrooms.
near main highways, stuff like that, roads, dust, all that kind of stuff. So
Exactly.
maybe a little bit cooler, calmer, and what else?
Yeah.
Did the environment, the classrooms are not like jam packed. They have some
that
space.
enough
They have a play
space.
area, something like that, where they have a bit
Right.
more
No
room to run around. Yeah.
Because kids, they need to run around. They need the room. So yeah, and then you went to the one you went to.
So I was trying to find. They were talking about this one. I asked around, and they said, yeah, there's this really, really good school. It's a Islamic school, and it's out this way. And so I traveled everywhere. I mean, you'll see. I went to this mosque that was nearby. I saw, a Quranic school going on there. The teacher just kind of ignored me. I sat there for a while trying to get his attention, and greeted him and everything, and talked to the kids for a while. I had to do a lot of Luganda because none of them knew English. Because in some of the poorer areas, Muslim areas, they don't do English. They just do they go to their mosque, they learn the Arabic, and they add that onto their Luganda. So they don't get any other education, not even like mathematics or anything. It's just Arabic. And I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. Hey, can you tell me where this school is at? So finally, someone told me, it's down there and there and there. I'm like, okay, we were just there. That's actually a Catholic school. So where is it? And they're like, find a Buddha,
They would take
and
you
they'll
there.
take you. So I went to a couple Buddhas, and finally one took me. And we drove all the way there, and then I saw it. So I got the information. It's a big school, beautiful
is.
school.
It's the oldest, isn't it? The
Right, it's
oldest.
like over 100 years old. It was founded in 1905 or something like that. It's like, yeah, gosh, 120 years old.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a very, very well established school. It has secondary, it has primary, and then we actually went there again. All of us, well, not all of us, but we went there together and
To
saw
see
it.
it, yeah.
And got some information on it.
It was definitely a lot of space to run around and all.
Yeah, definitely a lot more space. And, you know, we asked around because these places, you know, if we say, hey, we're not this religion, is it okay? You know, if we go here, if we're, you know, respectful, the kids follow the rules, all that kind of stuff, you know, and they were good with it. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So even though with this sort of fila, which by the way, I have to say real fast. So this is Hausa fila. So this is from northern Nigeria. And people might see this and automatically think Muslim. And it is
They will
from
even-
Muslim culture.
Right, they would even tell you
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Right,
See
a lot
you.
of people around here greet me.
Yeah, you're like,
Assalamu alaikum. I'm like,
you have to respond then.
wa alaikum assalam or whatever, yeah. Yeah, wa alaikum assalam. Trying to remember, but anyways, it's kind of like how you see, it's kind of like traditional clothing. It just kind of marks that group, so it doesn't necessarily have to be Muslim. For example, in Uganda, pretty much everyone, all the men, they wear the
traditional attire.
kanzu as traditional attire,
Yeah.
which outside of Uganda, everyone's like, that's Muslim.
That's Muslim.
Even if they're Christians, they're wearing it because it's traditional,
Right.
not because they're Muslim. So it's kind of like that. But around here, when people see this, that's definitely
you're
Muslim.
digressing though. We're talking about school here.
Anyways, back to school. So yeah, we looked at that. It seemed good. They also recommended to us another Islamic school that is behind the mosque, which the big central mosque, which has only primary. So they said it's a bit more focused on younger children. It might be
Right,
better for
right.
our kids. So that's an
Yeah.
option as well.
Yeah, and what I saw there when we were touring is that I saw it immediately. There's this for boys, and then that's for girls. It gives me that I want the boys and girls to grow up together. Because when I was growing up in my primary school, most of my friends, my best friends, are boys, and it was good to be able to interact with all girls and boys. I don't want to limit them to just play with girls only, play with boys and this and that. It's a lot. I don't know how to say it.
And I get that. I
Right,
get that. But I'm still kind of fed up with little boys just causing trouble, causing
Yeah,
wala
the-
in the
the-
classroom,
in the
and the
classroom.
girls being the brunt of accidentally getting hurt, during those things.
That-
So
that
for me,
did
I'm like, hey,
happen
I don't
in their
mind.
school, yeah.
I don't mind
But
having
again,
them separate, at
growing
least
up,
for a term or two.
right, when I was growing up, even in my primary school, yeah, boys cause trouble, but the thing is, girls cause trouble too. So they have all mix and match.
Of course, there's
They're
all kinds. There's all
kinds.
kinds.
But the ones that are poking each other eyes and all that, they will be gone. They would have been gone. They should not be admitted to schools in the first place. They
Yeah.
need to go home.
No, they need more home training
Exactly.
before they go to school.
Yeah,
Or maybe,
so-
maybe that was the problem where we're at. Is that they send the kids as if it's like daycare, which around here there's not really daycare. There's just nursery school, which is like
Yep.
preschool. So that's the daycare, and maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that that's what happens
Oh
a lot.
yeah, and another thing, the criteria we're looking for is that not many kids in one class, especially because of the little kids. They need all the eyes on. Yeah, you don't know what they're up to. So I was asking them all these questions. How many kids are in the school? This one of the international school is like 20 kids per school, and they have 2 teachers all the time. And this
So
other
one teacher
schools-
per 10 students. It's like wow. That's
and then there's other schools. Some is like 25. Says, but not max more than that. I'm like, okay, that's still okay, And then the classrooms, spacious enough, not enough room for all
Right.
those kids. So yeah, so we saw the Islamic school, and then we went to. How many schools did we?
Let's see. Then
Aha! Then we went to this school.
it's actually one that's connected with some friends of ours as well. I don't think they know that we went there though.
They
But
didn't know.
but yeah, we went to take a look at it.
Right, and I didn't even know that the school actually was there. I didn't know it was in the back. And then you go to the back and you're like, oh my gosh, there's this big old open area. You look, is it the hill or down? I don't know. Well, there's just greenery and you can just see all the way.
Oh, you mean like see the valley and everything?
Right,
Ah,
it's so,
nice.
I look at it and it's so peaceful. And then there are the classrooms, left and right. I look at them, they're very spacious. And there is this mango tree in the middle, and they have chairs all around it. Maybe that's their assembly hall or where they do some things, anyways. But there's enough room for him to run around. And I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice too. Yeah.
It's so nice, you know. It's not one of the high top posh international that you can't afford,
But it's a bit calmer.
it's very calm.
Kind of further back from the main roads, the main cities. It's
Right.
kind of back in a, what do you say, a residential area. Yeah, so it seems a bit calmer.
It's calm, greenery all
So-
around. So
so
it's beautiful.
We'll see, yeah.
We'll see which one we will end up
Mhm.
for the kids to go to. They haven't seen most of it. I think Bella went with us today to see some of them, but they haven't seen a lot of it. So they will get to see it too, and they will tell us if they like it. And
And we'll finish up with our research and contacting people and asking questions to make sure, hey, is this okay for our kids? Can they bring their own
own
food?
food to school.
Are they going to be forced to eat? Are they going to be forced to convert? Are they going to be forced to, like all these sort of stuff? So questions like that.
We'll ask them all those questions so we can find the best fit for our kids so they can be in a safe, nice environment where they can learn and can play and have fun with their playmates, So we're excited. This is here to 2025, here to this finding new school for our kids and where they can thrive.
Yeah.
So guys, we'll carry you along. We'll let you know when that time comes, when they get to
We'll let
school.
you know which school, yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you have any feedback, any comments, any suggestions about things to look out for, things like that, especially if you're from Uganda
Yeah.
or East Africa or Africa in general, if you have comments, please write them below.
Yes, please.
Let us know. We're always willing to learn. We're young parents, so we're ready to learn anything.
Yeah. Anyways, we are saying goodbye for now. We'll catch you in our next vlog. Thank you so much for following us along. But until next time, we say orabo. Bye. Adios.
Ciao. ¿Cómo?
Eso hay más.
Hay más que.
Hay más eso
Oh, frutas.
sin fruta.
Oh, evívala.
Aquí también.
Evívala. Hay más frutas, ¿eh? Ajá. Oh, ¿vas a saltar?
Sí.
Ajá. Woo! Muy bien. Toca. They haven't had salads in a long time. So now we finally have fresh vegetables that we grow outside ourselves so we can make all these mixed salads that are very, very nice. So now they can finally do it. And Elena her memory has been wiped. So she's now 6. So she can't remember the last time she had a salad. And even Mide is over there wanting to eat what her older siblings are eating. ¿Os gusta? Tiene ajo, cebolla, vinagre. I thought about putting some nuts on it. Pero a tus hermanos sí les gusta. Rafa, for example, he eats ajo, he eats garlic just raw. He just grabs chunks of it. Ata. Mire said, Ata. Pepper. Spicy. Ata. This is their after dinner salad.
Papá puede hacer un salad.
Ensalada.
Sí, puede hacerlo allí.
Ya he preparado una ensalada. ¿Qué quieres decir?
Y mi day está jugando con él.